If you are watching this video, chances are you are breathing. Therefore, you've heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Not just because breathing is a JoJo reference, but because JoJo fans won't shut the fuck up. Whether you've watched the clip, seen the memes, or have one of those annoying friends who forces you to read it.
Read, nigga! Read!
At one point in your life, you will make contact with this series called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Probably through some kind of meme. Be it a high effort video, a low effort shitpost, a mainstream meme that just so happens to be a JoJo meme.
Oh damn.
Or one of those Konodioda memes which stopped being funny 5 years ago. The fact of the matter is that JoJo's has a lot of memes. I'm confident that every single frame of every single JoJo episode has been turned into a meme of some sort. To outsiders, it may seem like this series has nothing going for itself other than its memes, but that's actually very far from the truth. It's easy to forget, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is old. Like, really old. Like the average US presidential candidate old. You know, like a fossil. Compared to JoJo's, something like One Piece is like a newborn child. For reference, last year, when part 5 was still airing, I remember watching the Notorious Big Fight and reading a comment saying that the chapter this episode was based on came out at the same time as the very first chapter of Hunter x Hunter. You know, the same Hunter x Hunter that got its second anime adaptation in 2011 and its first one all the way back in 1999. Get this, chapter 533 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was released in March of 1998. Dude, I was born in August 1998. This chapter is older than me, and I feel old as shit. The moment you realize that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure started publishing in 1987, you start to see it in a different light. And I'm not even talking about how this decades-old series somehow perfectly fits into meme culture, or how the author seemingly hasn't aged a day. Which is very suspicious, to be honest. I'm talking about how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the complete opposite of what's wrong with modern day entertainment. A big trend in the current entertainment industry is to play it safe, only do what has been proven to work and cater to as many people as possible. Why take a big risk by making something new and unique when you can make a guaranteed profit by abusing nostalgia? That's why I'm so very proud to announce the upcoming release of Skyrim Special Edition Remastered. Now with more women and gay people. Nowadays, with so many billion-dollar companies pretending to be inclusive in order to make more profit, it's become very hard to distinguish whether or not a company genuinely believes an inclusive cast of characters makes for a better product, or if they're farming Tumblr's street cred. With JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you don't have that problem. When you see a gay character in JoJo's, you know for a fact that there was no monetary reason behind it. I mean, come on, this shit was written when being gay was still considered a mental illness. Araki decided to include them because he wanted to do so, not because someone else wanted him to do so. When Araki decided to make the protagonist of part 6 a woman, there was no financial reasoning behind it. If anything, with the main demographic of the JoJo fanbase being young men, it was an outright terrible financial decision. But he stuck with it because he felt like there was a severe lack of strong female characters at the time. Sure, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has a lot of moments that are bizarre, but that's not the reason we love JoJo's. It's one of the many reasons we love JoJo's. Of course, it's not without its fair share of flaws. JoJo's is by no means perfect, but it doesn't have to be, for it does enough things right to more than make up for the things it does wrong. If there's one thing you need to understand, it's that something being bizarre doesn't mean there will be a lot of memes about it. There are plenty of examples of series that went positively bonkers and don't have nearly the same meme appeal as JoJo has. The secret ingredient to something being memeable isn't being weird or quirky, even if that does help. The absolute most important thing to being memeable is a little thing called passion. As long as there are passionate people, there will always be memes. This immediately explains why something very tame and normal like Love Life has so many great memes. It's not because Love Life is such a meme goldmine, but because idol fans are very passionate. Like, too passionate. Like, holy shit, go take a shower. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has some of the most passionate fanbases out there, only barely being outdone by K-pop fans, Hololive fans, or people from Pakistan.
I love Pakistan! I will sacrifice my life for Pakistan!
The kind of passion that isn't built overnight. The kind of passion that was built up after decades worth of quality, innovative and genuine works of art. The kind of quality that makes it worthy of being displayed in Le Louvre. The kind of innovation that feels more innovative than everything being released 30 years later. And the kind of genuineness that makes it so you just can't help but have respect for the author. So far I've only really mentioned the manga, but the anime is equally fantastic. Not only does it flawlessly adapt the manga into a different medium, but it also builds on top of it. Examples being how they gave Jonathan the Joestar birthmark in part 1, which was not there yet in the manga, or how they turned these 4 seemingly insignificant manga panels into a full 1-minute performance, accompanied by its own original soundtrack. Completely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. It's very obvious a lot of effort was put into every single aspect of this anime production. Except for Ova Koichi. We don't talk about Ova Koichi. So the next time you see some dude randomly doing weird poses in the middle of the street, don't look at him thinking that he's being cringe. Walk up to him and tell him, I know exactly why you love JoJo so much, and I wholeheartedly respect your opinion. So can you please move? You're blocking traffic, you fucking cringe lord. Thanks again to Tizzy, the Car Turner and Martijn for supporting me on Patreon this month. If you want to support me in my artistic endeavors, click the link in the description. Now! Or not. That's fine too, I guess.